Welcome back to TL's Hobby Center. Today, we're doing a custom iconic, I guess we can go with. I don't know. You guys come up with a name, maybe it'll work a little better, but custom icons sounds actually kind of good. So we'll call this the custom icon section. And today we have a DC multiverse, and it's a Jokerized Batman from the Dark Knight trilogy. Dark Knight Returns. Not exactly sure what this whole Batman pictures, the comic book pictures from, but it's not exactly the same as the figurine itself. As you can tell, chest emblem is definitely different. Not sure what it's all about, but we'll get into that when we open it up. So to kind of start this thing off, it's a gold label collection too, which don't worry, I bought a second one, collectible. As you can tell, it's Joker themed, black, or purple, green, and white, and red as his normal, colors to go to. The box itself has been Jokerized. Well, not much on this side, but you got a cat face here or something of that sort, or Batman. You got all the ha-has and scribbled out the Dark Knight Returns, more black and or green and white colors, a little bit of splatter and ha-ha-ha up top. And then on the back it says Batman, and then all of his ha-has as usual. But that's really about all that we have going on for the outside of the box. The figurine itself looks pretty cool, so let's kind of get this thing opened up and see what we got. So let's go ahead and figure that out. Alright, we got this thing out of the box, and I tell you what, this Batman, he would definitely knock somebody's face in if he had the chance to. Let's just put it that way. So that might be how we pose this one after we get him customized. But I bought two of these so that way I can keep one as a Jokerized, and this one I want to kind of customize to be like a, I don't know if I'd make him blue or if I'd just do like a darker gray and a black suit maybe, since his boots are already, black. So we might just go that route since he kind of is like that and kind of here. But to start this thing off, you get 2 extra pairs of fists though. So these are going to be definitely doing some pounding in somebody's head. He just looks completely aggressive and mean just to start with. You can tell. He's very jacked. Like, this is giving me Ben Affleck vibes. So that's kind of cool. You got a nice painted, I guess it's like a figure stand. So you got that. And then also, you have some Joker playing cards, which have also been Jokerized by having 2 of hearts. And on the back is just DC Multiverse, and that's on all of them. And then you have one that says The Dark Knight, or I think that's what it says, Goth. I'm not sure what that says exactly, something Knight. If you guys can read that, let me know. So you also have that one. And then you also have a cool looking Joker style Joker card. Basic card as usual. And then this one also probably has the best graphics as a so-called drawing. So, also very cool. You also get this weird stand, which is basically hollow. We might change this to black and yellow, possibly kind of like how the symbol is there. Paint the light green, yellow, kind of make us like a weathered metal look instead of this green. That's what I would like to do. Then you also just get another card of what you see on the back. So you have another Batman playing card. So that's really about all we have with this. Let's go ahead and get this thing apart, get everything wiped down, scuffed down, and we can get this thing sealed up, and we'll decide on what color we're going to go with. I'm probably going to end up repainting the whole figure just to do a light coat to cover up all the greens and all the purples too. But we're gonna go ahead and get the figure apart. These usually come apart pretty easy, so sometimes you might have to be forceful, but sometimes you don't have to be. But yeah, we'll go ahead and start getting this thing apart, and we'll get back to you as soon as it's all apart and figure out what to do next. So let's go. Okay, we got it all apart. Some stuff was glued in and it's gonna leave like a weird residue, so don't worry about too much about that, because if we use this again, it covers it right up, so don't worry. I might do something different with the cape, not sure, but I'm still gonna paint it to match the rest of the figure. The belt to the, I guess you call the waist area, that's also glued together too. You're also going to need some really hot water to loosen up the upper torso if you do this figure too, to get the lower torsion out of, or his lower abdominal section out. So you're gonna have to use a little bit of hot water on some stuff. His head was a little tight, but it also came out fine, so also fine. But yeah, we're gonna probably do regular face painting to his face, like the skin color I've used on the last figure you guys seen with the Joker. Might paint his eyes white because I don't have a small enough brush to individually paint his eyes in there, so just gonna leave that be and kind of leave his mouth or his teeth kind of alone because they're decently enough detailed. So gonna try that. But I think the color, I don't know what color to go with. I don't think I have a darker blue, so we might just go with black, just kind of leave everything together, just to kind of get that classic Batman look. But I know it's supposed to be blue. Something to figure out. I gotta look to see what paints I have, but we'll decide on that when we get to it. So let's go get this thing scuffed down, sealed up, and we'll start getting this thing ready to do customizing. Alright, so as you guys seen for the custom painting, we did some stuff. We pretty much repainted everything from what was all purple to back to pretty much his original color, which is very similar to this. Just the only thing is the bat symbol's for some reason different, which I'm not quite sure why to that yet. But I didn't get to really speak through this, so I'll kind of tell you now. So the matte finish is what I was kind of going for, which is what I have this acrylic painting for. So I didn't exactly want to lay down correctly with the matte paint that I used because it kind of stuck up and then it started turning everything white, which the hand hair is a good example of that, as you guys can see. So what I ended up doing was, before I even painted anything else, I tried it on just the hands and the head, which should have done the head first, but it's alright, it turned out good though. I ended up using the satin finish clear to kind of seal everything in again, and then use the matte finish over top of that, so that way it didn't get that white hue to it. So, but before all that, when I did all that, I also gave him some texture. Let's see if I can zoom it in for you. Not sure how well you're gonna be able to see it, but I did put like a nice, well, it's hard to see. I know in some angle you can see like a little bit of a darker looking like octagon finish to it. I ended up just taking like a fine mesh fabric I had laying around for cosplays, and I ended up just kind of laying it over top of this and having a little bit extra black from the Batman paint himself, and I just kind of airbrushed it all over top of everything just lightly, just to get everything like a textured finish, so it gives it more of a 3D look. That way it looks like it's a suit, it's not just plastic. It kind of looks like cloth now. So therefore it kind of worked out good for me. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to build the figure so we can actually weather it, which I have some of this Tamara weathering something master. So we're going to try to figure out how to use this stuff, because I've never used this. It's always been acrylic paint, and I figure it should be at least a little bit more, you know, suitable for like actual mud look, because it's made for models. So we're going to experiment with that a little bit, but before we do that, we have to put everything back together. So we're just going to squeeze everything back in. It will be a little bit harder to do since everything's fresh with paint, just a little bit, not much. Pull that off and twist the legs back down. There we go. Maybe. There we go. It is. there we go. We have ourselves another collectible, custom if you want to call it, custom collectible. All nice and done. And this one turned out really nice. I'm kind of happy I did it to this because I don't know, I wasn't the biggest fan of all the purple that was on them. The black just looks so much better, and it's just a classic look. He looks so mean, he's huge. Like, this is how you would kind of picture how a Batman would look. But all in all, I think it turned out good. I was debating on doing like a plastic cape, or if I was going to do one of those fabric ones that I did on the other Batman. I wasn't really sure, but I'm kind of glad I left or stuck with this one. It kind of looks a lot better. But I can always pull it back off if I want to, if I don't like how this looks, and give him something bigger. But for right now, this will do. Now I just got to figure out what I'm going to do. I might dress up a Flash figure I have floating around somewhere to go with the Batman, the Michael Keaton one from the new movie. And I will probably have like a scene or something like that I'll do together in a future video. But this one I think would be better to go with that Joker I did a little bit ago. On a previous video, you guys can go and look. But I feel like this would go good with that. I did other modifications, just minor, just to kind of get his torso to move around a little better up top. I dremeled out some of the sockets so that way he can lean forward a little bit more, so he's not just like like straight hunchback, straight back, whatever you want to call it, like the army stand. But all in all, this figure turned out really well. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. I didn't go too crazy on the weathering like I did on the other ones with the mud. This one's more subtle kind of deal, like looking like just normal dust that you can pick up. I like the matte finish actually a little bit better. It makes it look better. Wish I would have done Michael Keaton suit was a little bit shiny, so it's fine. But it turned out really good. I got another figure for a future video, which I'm not the most impressed with what size it is, but it is a Ben Affleck Batman. They claimed it was a 7-inch figure, which they lied, but it's alright. It'll be a fun one to weather down too. Kind of do something fun with him. Probably make the cape a little bit smaller because it's a little too big for him, because it droops underneath his legs pretty well. So we'll figure out something to do with this guy. Just stick around for the opening and the customization of him. But till then, leave comments if you guys have any questions or had any pointers that I could do better. Let me know. And thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you on the next customization. Keep on building.